What's up, lifelong learners? It's your boy, Mr. Hank. So today, this is what we're going to be learning. What are we learning? How to edit together a sequence of shots in Premiere Pro. Why are we learning it? To be able to edit multiple clips of video together and add background audio. How do we know we learned it? When students submit the link to their exported video for teacher to review. So you should have done all this last class. Okay. I'm not going to go through it again. So if you need help, for those of you who are absent, because this video is for you, you are going to go ahead and get help from your someone you're comfortable talking to in class. Now, if you are absent, you go ahead and download the wide, medium, and close-up shot. Just pick one. All right, pick any of these sequence. Pick this one, or this one. There are 3 shots you're going to download. So just choose one. I'll just choose the first one. So I'm going to download this one, download this one, download anyways, right click, download, download anyways, and then right click, download, and then download anyways. So this is going to download into your download folder. It's going to take a little bit of time here because I'm downloading 3. All right, cool. All right, click on here, and then you're going to go to your download folder. You're going to move this over to the side. All right, see, here's the shot. Wide shot, medium shot, close-up shot. And I'm going to go to make sure to say this says Finder. Go to File, click on Finder, New Window. And then I'm going to go to my desktop, go to my go to my Photo and Video 1, 2 folder, and then go to my Premiere Pro folder if you've already made it. If you haven't made it, right click, new folder, call this folder Premiere Pro. And then you're going to drag the 3 shots. I guess I'll just drag them one at a time. Drag them into the Premiere Pro folder because that's what we did last class. You were supposed to go out, take videos. Oh, I guess they're not going in. All right, Command, Shift, Command, click, click, and then drag it into Premiere Pro folder. All right, so that's basically what we did last class was go shoot some videos, create Premiere Pro folder, and then move it into here, and then rename the files to first shot is a wide shot, second shot is a medium shot, and then 3 is a third shot is the close-up shot. And then we are going to now launch Premiere Pro. Make sure you launch Premiere Pro down here, that's 2026, or the newest version that's going to come up later on in the future, which is like 27, 28, whatever. This is 2026 for now. I'm going to type in Premiere Pro to search for Premiere Pro, launch Premiere Pro, whichever version we're on. It is going to launch. All right. So after it launches, it's basically like Photoshop. You got to start a new project. So click on New Project. It's going to ask you what do you want to name the project. You're going to name the project whatever assignment I give you, which is for this one is going to be Premiere Pro Basics. I'm going to copy that, Command C. And in the future projects, you're going to name it Premiere Pro Workspace, Effects and Audio Workspace, so on and so forth. Okay. So anyways, today is Premiere Pro Editing Basics. That's what we're going to name it. Go back to Premiere Pro. I'll do Command V for copy and paste. And then I'm going to give this project a place to live by clicking Browse. And it's going to be Desktop, Photo and Video 1, 2 folder, Premiere Pro folder, because I'm practicing and learning how to edit with Premiere right now. Click Select. And then once you click Create, you will see, you see how there's no purple project file right here? I don't need this one anymore. You will have a purple project file there once you click Create. Premiere Pro is going to launch. Make sure you allow everything. And then look right here. See? That's the Premiere Pro Editing Basics project that I just created. All right. So next thing is I'm going to go down my list of things to do here. How to create a project and where to save and where project file is saved. And then I'm supposed to download a background music. I forgot to do that. For those of you who are absent, choose one of these and then get a background music as well. I'll just choose the first one. So I'm going to download this one, download that one right there. And I'm going to go over here, move it from the download folder. Where's my download folder? Download folder. Click and drag, hover over the desktop, hover. Actually, I take that back. Put it back in the download folder. I'm going to make a new folder, Finder, File, move it into my Premiere Pro folder. So where's my download folder? Okay, here's my download folder. I want to move that song into my Premiere Pro folder, which is right here. There. Click that, drag it, drop it. Oh, my computer's acting up. There you go. All right, so now I have 1, 2, 3 shots in a song. That's what I needed for editing today. Okay. All right, now that I've organized my files and I started Premiere Pro and I made a new project, first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm going to go to edit. See this edit workspace right there? Click on that. And then you have all this here, but you don't want all of this. What you want to do is go over here because this is the learn tab. All right, this is gonna teach you how to add things, how to animate, how to transition, all that stuff. You can learn all that stuff right here. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to editing. Okay, click on the workspace and then go to the editing workspace. That's what I want. If yours doesn't look like this, go to Windows, Workspace, Editing, and then choose Reset Save Layout. And then this will reset the editing workspace to be the original workspace that you should be in. I'm done with that. So I have done choosing my shots, got my music, and I started the Premiere Pro part A right here. I'm gonna do how to create a sequence for editing. Now, you need to, this is like having a pot to cook with. So you gotta go to File, make sure it says Premiere Pro right here. Go to File, New, and then Sequence. And then you're gonna go to 1080p, 30 frames per second. You're beginners right now. So that's what you need to do is just choose 1080p, 30 frames per second, and then go down here to name the sequence. You're always gonna do this. This is a process of how to start a project, just like how you start Audition and Photoshop. This is Photoshop and Audition combined, basically. I'll do Command V or paste the name from before, Premiere Pro Editing Basics, as your sequence name, and then click OK. All right, so again, make sure as you do this, you pause, you follow along, you pause, you follow along. All right, gonna move on. So now that you've created your sequence, the next thing here is how to import photos and videos and audio. So this is like creating a sequence is like having a pot to cook with, right? Now you got to go get the ingredients, which are photos, videos, and sound effects, and all these other things that you're gonna cook with. So go to File, go to Import, just like Audition, and then go to these shots right here. Hold Command, click on the first one, hold Command, and then click, and click the song as well. Bring it in for editing. So now I have my 3 shots and my song for editing. This is my ingredients for editing. My pot for cooking is on the right-hand side over here. So the next thing we're going to do here is we are going to explain media panel for organizing assets. So basically, this is the media panel right here and how you organize assets right there. Okay. You are going to be able to change the view to like these block views or icon views. You can do this. Okay. And you can also adjust the size by doing this. Okay. And then you can go to the list view right here. So I personally like the list view unless I need to look for a specific shot. Then I go to the icon view and then you can adjust your size accordingly. All righty. So that is how you organize your media panel. I'm just going to do this. Go into the list view. And then what else do I need to show you? How to mark in and out points and then place it in the clip and audio timeline and then zooming in and out. So you're going to go here, double click on this video, wide shot number 1, and then you're going to use this in point. So I'm about to walk into the frame. I'm going to use this thing called the in point. That's basically chopping off the left side of this video. Of all this extra time of this video right here, I don't need that. I only need when I walk in. So chop that. And then I'm going to go about right here. And then I'm going to mark an out point. So this is your in point. This is your out point. I'm going to mark an out point. And then I'm going to drag from this panel right here. Click and hold and then drag it down. And then you will get both the video and the audio. So I'm going to push the plus sign to zoom in. See, I'm able to zoom in. So the top layers over here are basically like Photoshop, where you have videos and photo layers on top of each other. Whatever is on top, that can be seen above the ones that are below. And then down here on this half, below this line right here, is basically Audition. This is audio mixing, all right? Down here is all audio. above this line right here is all videos and photos. Okay. So after that, I'm going to double click on the second shot, and I'm going to again go mark my in and out point. Oh, I'm about to walk in right there. I'm going to mark my in point, and then I'm going to cut on the action of me touching the camera right here, and I'm going to click and drag right there. All right, so it's going to look like this when you put it together. Oh, that's a little bit too fast because I'm like walking right by this already. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to have to wait, drag this over to the side. I'm going to make sure I walk by this thing right here first to make it make sense. All right, so I'm going to drag and then, okay, I'm about to walk. Okay, there you go. I got my stuff cut at the right spot. Watch this. This makes more sense. Boom. See, because I'm walking by this, right away. So it should make sense when I edit this, they should cut on the action. There you go. Okay. And then I go to my third shot, double click on it, and I'm going to drag this until I walk by that. And then I'm going to cut this part right here. Oh, wait. What I cut on was me grabbing that. So me about to grab. See how they kind of match? That's when I'm going to edit this in to chop this in point. And then, all right, when I pulled it out, I'm going to chop that out point. So I'm chopping the left, chopping the right. I'm only getting what's gray. Click here, drag it, put it here, and then look. See how this looks almost natural? All right. Maybe when my hand was going down, I'll drag this and I'll drag this, and then I'll highlight these two and I'll drag them together like that. So that makes more sense on the cut. All right, see when my hand went down and came back up, I made the cut right there. And then I'm gonna go back. When I pulled this and brought it down, I'll go back to the medium or the wide shot. I can choose the medium when I brought it down like that, or I can choose to mark an in and out point for the wide shot. Okay, the wide shot's kind of far, so I'm gonna choose the medium shot instead. So when I brought it down, all right, I'm gonna make another in point, look at it. I'll look at it, click and drag, put it right here, make sure this looks right. Okay, that's a little late. All right, I'm gonna again cut on the action, and I'll highlight these two and I'll drag it over. And then this should make more sense. There you go. That was a much smoother transition. And then I'm going to look over here. I see myself looking at this. I'll go back to the wide shot right here. And then I can just look at myself. I'm holding and examining. So I'll mark an in point here. And I'll end the shot with me touching the phone to turn it off. Okay, I'll click and drag, put it right here. So this is what it's going to look like. I'll zoom out. So I pieced these 5 shots together to tell you a story that somebody walked over, grabbed something, looked at it, fixed it, and turned off their phone or touched their phone. And that's it. And that's how you edit. So I want to go back and make sure I cover everything. So I showed you how to mark in and out points and how they work. And I showed you how to place and move video clips around, which I showed you during editing. And then I did zooming in and out by pushing the plus sign and the minus sign to zoom in and out of the timeline to expand and shrink it, just like Audition. And then timeline, how to move the playhead and trim and cut. You actually seen me do that, okay? So you already seen me do the trimming of the playhead. So trimming means this. If I don't want to end on me touching this phone and I want to end on me just looking at the camera, or I can highlight these two and then just drag that right there. Okay, and if I want to move a bunch of stuff around, I can click highlight all of them and drag them together like that. Okay, or I can just highlight and then drag 3. Okay, so there you go. That's how you do that. Moving the playhead. The playhead is right here. I just move left and right so I can see what's going on. You see me done that. The next thing here is trimming. I just showed you trimming. Just goes to the end when you see the little bracket, red bracket, and you trim the line, right? Left and right. That's trimming. Cutting, let me show you the cut tool. Just like all your tools are right here, all your ingredients are right here, all your tools are right here. So this is like my knife for chopping. Click on this, and I can chop this and chop this, and then I can use this move tool or selection tool to click, delete, click, delete. All right. So that is how you use the chopping tool, which is called the razor tool, and the move tool to click on, delete, click on, and then push delete. So I'm not going to I'm going to undo the deletion and the cut because I actually like my edit right here. So that is how you use the tools here. And this is like for, um, putting text on top right here. Here's to make a shape. This is basically like a lot of Photoshop combined with Audition. Okay. All right. Those are the tools. And then deleting. I showed you how to delete, pushing delete. Click on the clip and push delete. And then Command Z if you ever mess up, right? That's undoing. Reorganizing clips. Reorganizing clips. I can take this shot right here and I can move, click and drag and move it. All right. And I can take this shot right here and I can click and drag and move it. So it's basically like playing with like a bunch of Lego blocks that you can move around on like a line, right? You can take this, move it over here, take that, move it over there, and then move this back in here. Like, and then I can do this. I can take this shot and I can move it over here. It's up to you. That's how you reorganize clips. I do Command Z. That is how you organize clips. And then I'm going to show you the next thing, which is to save a project and then export and then how to submit. So this is at the end of my tutorial now. So how do you save your project? It's just like Audition. Go to File, make sure this says Premiere Pro. Go to File, go to Save, and push Save. All right. So what that means here is this is going to save that project right there for the specific time, which is 7:59 right there. That's when it's been modified, and that's how you know it's saved. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here, export as H.264 file, and then YouTube preset 1080p. And then I'm gonna link the tutorial right here for you to watch. Okay, so how do you export? You go to, same as Audition, go to File, go to Export. Where's Export? And then you go to Media. Click on that. Okay. Now the trick here is, let me go back here because some people might get confused. Now, if you click to export, you have to click on this particular timeline right here, the sequence. Okay, click on that first. Make sure there's a blue box around this, and then you can go to File, Export, Media, and then you have all these options I'm going to talk about a little bit later. Now, sometimes if you click on this and then you go to File, Export, you won't see media. Sometimes if you click on this right here, you can go to File, you go to Export, Media, you might not be able to export. So sometimes tricky like things like that happen. Just make sure you click on the timeline and then go to File, Export, Media. And then the name of the sequence is, make sure you name the file, Premiere Pro Editing Basics. It should be automatically named for you because it's the name same name as the sequence. And then you're going to choose the preset. Scroll down until you see more presets, and then you're going to search YouTube, and then you're going to have an option to do YouTube 1080p Full HD. Choose that one. All right, you're not editing 4K. I don't want this one, it's too small. All right, I don't want 720p either. Go to YouTube 1080 Full HD, click on that, and then click on OK. And then format should be H.264. And if you want like the sound only, you export a MP3, but you're going to choose H.264 because we're editing a video and then we're exporting a video. And then you can go to click on export. Oh, sorry, forgot one more thing. You have to choose a location of where this is supposed to be sent to. So you're going to choose to send this to your Premiere Pro folder. Click on this part right here, location. That is very important, the name and the location. Make sure you choose. Now it was going to export into the movie folder. That's not what I want. I want to export this to the desktop, to the photo and video 1.2 folder, into my Premiere Pro folder. So that way I know all the stuff that I've edited is going to go into the Premiere Pro folder. So I'm going to click save right there. All right. And then you're going to export. Forgot one more thing. I got to put the song underneath. What am I doing? All right. Go back to editing. I'm going to put the song underneath right here. All right. And then you can use the chop tool like so. And then you are going to use the selection tool, click on this one, delete, and then you have your song, right? Before you didn't hear songs. Now you have a song. And then the song is the same thing. You can double click on the song and then you can go here, mark an in point for the song, mark an out point for the song. I'll delete this part, click delete. And then I'll drag this. You have to click here. You can't click here and drag the song. You have to click here to drag audio only and then put the song right there. And then you can make it longer like that by trimming. All right. And then you can also do your fade up, fade down, just like Audition. Look at that. All right. So that's how you edit this. And now I'm gonna go export. So go to File, Export Media, and then Name. Make sure I choose the correct folder. So Desktop Photo Video 1.2 Premiere Pro. Click Save, and then go ahead and click Export. Export. And now it's gonna export this, and then you are going to see it right here. Premiere Pro Editing Basics right there. And this is autosave. This thing autosaves like every 15 minutes or so. So you can also change this. So if you have computer crash or whatever, there's an autosave feature where you can search in your preference and you can autosave every 5 minutes, every 1 minute, every 3 minutes, whatever it is that you want to do. To autosave, it's over here. Go into your Premiere Pro and then go into setting, and then there's going to be an autosave right there. You're going to change the autosave from 15 minutes to every 5 minutes or so. And click OK. So every 5 minutes you're editing, this is going to be auto saving for you just in case if you have a computer crash. All right. So that's a lot, but this is the beginning of editing your Premiere Pro basics. So upload this on Canvas and then you're going to submit this as an assignment. All right. Okay. Whew, that was a lot. Get your hands ready. You know, say goodbye. Rock, paper, peace.